Welcome to Johnny's World. Hi, welcome back to Johnny's World. Today I want to give everyone an update on some of my avocados still hanging around. Now this is my bacon avocado tree, and as you can see, it's growing really well. It's in this 24-inch box here, and I was hoping this year the fruit production would be better than it is. Currently, there's only 2 avocados still hanging around. There's one right there, and they're pretty decent size. And there's another one right there. Now, for a tree this size, I was hoping that a lot more be hanging around, but I mean, this avocado still hanging around. They're pretty decent size. And there's another one, and as you can see, it's pretty decent size and it's growing. Now last year I did have a lot of flowers and a lot of fruit on this tree, and all of them dropped. So my hope is in these 2 left, with these 2 avocados still hanging around. And a tree this size, I was really hoping the fruit production this year would have been better. But to be honest, I'll be happy even if these 2 survive. So they're pretty decent size. So hopefully they hang on. But you know, anything can happen. I mean, they could drop. So you know, they're still small enough that they could still drop. But I'm hoping that these 2 will survive, because I never tried a bacon avocado, and it'd be great to actually taste one. So I'll keep everyone updated on that. But let's look at some of the other avocado trees and some of the other trees. This is the Pinkerton. Now this is the Pinkerton I bought in a 15-gallon last year, transplanted in this 24-inch box. And this Pinkerton wasn't that big last year, but it still produced 4 really great Pinkertons that we harvested. So even the small tree, it's grown quite a bit since I bought it, but I bought it in a 50-gallon. Even the small tree last year, it will still able to. 4 avocados were still able to hang on, and we enjoyed it. It was very delicious. Now this year, there's only this one, so it's looking really good. It's getting bigger. Hoping that we could harvest that early next year. But this Pinkerton, it's growing a lot. It didn't fruit a lot this year. It didn't flower very much, and I'm actually very surprised that it even has 1 fruit, because it really didn't. I actually didn't even think it flowered this year. But you know, there is that 1 left, and because it didn't really flower or fruit a lot, you know, I just feel like you know, this baby avocado is growing a lot bigger, and the tree itself, I feel like it got a lot bigger. All this energy was just pushed on top. Now this is my reed avocado. Now if you watch a prior video, bought this reed in a 15-gallon last year, transplanted to this 24-inch box. Now this reed had about 50 baby avocados last year, and all the fruit dropped. But this year, there's some nice little baby cannonballs still hanging around. There's 1, there's 2 right there. They're really beautiful. I have to say, reed avocado is one of my favorite. There's another one right there. This has to be one of my favorite avocado tree varieties. I love how the reed looks, and you know, the avocado look, when they're mature, they look like softballs, and they're beautiful. There's another one right there. And the tree itself, I feel like it's pretty vigorous and strong, and I just really love the reed. That's one of my favorite avocado tree varieties. There's 2 right on top, and then there's 1 right there. So I still have about 9 reed avocados still hanging around. So hopefully we'll have a few reed avocados that we can harvest and eat, because I've tried a reed before and they're simply delicious. I have to say, the reed avocado tree variety is probably my favorite avocado, or my second favorite. It's between the reed and the gem. But I really love this tree. I'm a big fan of the reed. Now, here's my gem I bought in a 3.5 gallon sleeve last year. Now, it's grown, and this one did flower, and it did fruit this year. I did pick off a lot of the baby fruits. So I had about 3 or 4 avocados still hanging around. Now, all three of the 4 dropped, and I have a feeling that the squirrel was the cause of at least 2 of them, because I saw teeth marks on them. But this gem, it's grown pretty, compared to my dad's gem, which I bought at the same time in a 3.5 gallon sleeve. His is like 5 times bigger than my gem. But this is just my tree, and I do have 1 avocado on this gem still hanging around. And I don't want to disturb it too much because it's pretty well hidden, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's still hanging around. The squirrel probably didn't see it, but it's pretty camouflaged pretty well in there. But it's getting bigger. Hopefully this gem avocado hangs around and we get to harvest it, because I've never tried a gem either, and I sure would really like to do a taste test on what a gem avocado tastes like. But luckily I still have 1 left on this tree. We'll see if that gets to maturity or not. Now, here's my Gwen avocado tree. Now, if you saw my prior video, this Gwen used to be one of my bigger avocado trees in my 15 gallon, and it has 1 avocado still hanging around. This one flowered a lot, had a lot of baby fruit, and I think I did try to pick some of the fruit off, and I think that's one of the reasons. Compared to this lamb has was much smaller than this Gwen in the beginning of the year. Now this lamb is much bigger. I think part of the reason why it just flowered and fruited a lot, and it just sapped all the energy. And the Gwen's pretty small, but the compared to the lamb, this was maybe half the size, and look how much it's grown compared to the Gwen right there. But but I'm hoping that 1 avocado still hangs around in the Gwen. We'll see. Now, this is my lamb in this 15 gallon. It has 3 really nice looking avocados still hanging around. And if you look at the vines that attach to the avocado, they look pretty strong. So I'm really hoping all 3 will survive. We'll see. It's still early in the season. Still, the fruits are still small, so it still can fall. But I'm really hoping these 3 lamb will hang on, because I love that lamb. I don't know about you, everyone out there, your experience with the lamb, but my experience with the lamb, I think lamb, they're really good producers, and these trees are strong. They're able to hang on to these avocados, I think, probably better than most other avocado trees. I mean, a lot of avocado trees, the avocados just fall off really quickly, the baby avocados. But based on my last year's experience on the other lamb I had, those stayed on until we harvested them. So I really am a big fan of the lamb. Well, thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, if you like this channel, please press that like and subscribe. Thank you, everyone.